Welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Stefan catches Ava snooping in the bistro, and Kate threatens Harris back in insulation at the sanitarium. Paulina receives a rebuke from Kayla for sneaking out and exposing others to radiation. Paulina explains she had to deliver her baby girl. In an test room, Chanel and Johnny relate their harrowing experience. She's so sorry she got lost in the snow, and her mama exposed them to radiation. Johnny assures her all that matters is that Paulina set up her, indeed if it means he didn't get to be her idol. Chanel says he makes her happier than she's ever been. What's further heroic than that? Further, the real reason for Day's snowstorm? A pouty Kate recessions into the cantina while Roman updates Sammy over the phone about Johnny. After he hangs up, Kate bemoans not knowing if Lucas will have to stay in the friary or if he'll go back to Statesville. Kate heads out to get answers from Harris. In the square, Harris stands watch while Ava searches the unrestricted bistro for Clyde's book. As Ava looks through champagne bottles on a shelf, Stefan appears. "What the hell are you doing?" Ava lies that a couple of bottles of wine is the least the bistro owes her. What's he doing there? Since EJ let him keep the place, Stefan plans to open and make it the stylish eatery in the state. Outside the bistro, Kate approaches Harris. He tries to put her off, but she reminds him of his pledges to Lucas, who he nearly got killed. She warns him of what she's able of when it comes to her children. Kayla finds Abe in the sanitarium lobby. He blames himself for Paulina's escape, but Kayla assures him it's not his fault. He promises he'll keep her in line from then on out. Good luck with that, Kayla says, roaring before meeting with Johnny and Chanel in their test room. Since Chanel was exposed to further radiation than Johnny and Julie, her situations are advanced, but nothing to worry about. They can go home. Alone, Johnny suggests they try for a redo on their Horton cabin honeymoon. "Are you crazy?" Chanel blurts. "Absolutely not." In her sanitarium room, Paulina videotape exchanges with Abe, who admonishes her for putting so numerous lives at threat. She reiterates she did it for Chanel, who she saved. Abe doesn't love what she did, but he understands it. They express their love before subscribing off. Further, Eric busts Leo and Sloan in Day's promo. Sitting in the sanitarium lobby, Abe looks at the tablet in his stage. He wears a suit and buckaroo. Thrills Roman leverages a sick Kayla as she comes to the cantina. Latterly, as Kayla finishes a coliseum of chowder, Roman's sensations over everything she's told him off-screen. He thinks it's too important to handle, indeed for her. Kayla says it's nothing compared to what happened on Smith Island. After agitating Paulina, as well as Stephanie's heartache, Kayla steps down to use the bathroom. Kate returns and tells Roman she advised Harris to free Lucas or differently. At the bistro, Stefan and Ava loudly argue over everything that went down. Calming down, Stefan admits he has his regrets, including what happened between them, but he'd do it all again to cover his family. Ava would too. She starts to tell him the real reason why she's there, but, rather, says she was feeling nostalgic about the good times they had there. He asks for her keys. They need to make a clean break. She reluctantly hands them over and leaves. Stefan flashes back to them in bed. Further, a big exit could affect both Days and YNR. Harris angrily faces Stefan in the square. He points his unrestricted fritters at him. Ava returns to Harris in the square. She recounts what happened with Stefan as he exits the bistro. Ava leaves as Harris glares Stefan down. "How the hell are you out of jail?" Harris demands. As Stefan tries to spin a tale, Harris realizes Stefan has commodity on EJ, who went to the judge on his behalf. Stefan doesn't outright admit it, but tells Harris he's truly sorry for shooting him. However, he'd change so numerous effects if he could go back. Harris assumes that includes helping Clyde escape. Stefan swears he'd nothing to do with that. Also, who the hell did? Harris prodigies. Johnny helps Chanel limp on her sprained ankle to the nurse's Mecca. She worries about climbing the manse's stairs to their bedroom. He informs her they aren't going there. He has a surprise for her. Further, Tamara Braun shares her grief. Latterly, Johnny carries Chanel into a Salem room where a romantic setting awaits them. He sets her on the bed and serenades her with his guitar. Ava runs into Kayla outside the cantina. Ava tries to avoid her, but Kayla has some effects to say. Kayla vows there will be a reckoning for all the damage she's done to her family. As they dispute, Kayla reveals she knows that Ava induced Steve to break Clyde out of captivity. She orders Ava to stay down from her hubby as Roman comes out. Kayla assures her family everything's forfeiture. Ava asks for a key to Harris' room, but Roman won't allow her to stay there. After Ava stomps down, a beaming Kayla thanks Roman. "My pleasure," he beams. Outside the cantina, a mugging Kayla points a cutlet at Ava. Ava looks off dismissively. Coming on Days of Our Lives, Eric calls out Sloane, and Brady and Nicole reflect on their fellowship. Lindsay Godfrey knew exactly which life-changing scenes were Emmy magic the moment she shot them. Lindsay Godfrey hadn't submitted an Emmy role for consideration since 2019, which, in fact, earned her a nomination for her work as Days of Our Lives Sarah. "I just got lazy, to be honest with you," she admits to Soaps.com. But that wasn't an option. Formerly 2023 rolled around and Godfrey mugged scenes that were just so important and that she was so proud of. She knew right down that it was time to jump back into the fray. So while Sarah had one heck of a wild time, including giving birth at Victor's burial, Godfrey pulled from Xander's battle with Sarah outside the Brady pub after chancing out that baby Victoria was actually his son. Lindsay Godfrey Days 2019 Daytime Emmy Red Carpet. "I knew when we did them that they were special," she shares, "because I knew how important they meant to Paul and I. The day was going quick and they demanded the day to go quick, and we just didn't have the quantum of time that we wanted to sit with these and really give the scenes what we wanted to give them. But where there's a will, there's a way, especially when your master has got your reverse." Our Amazinco executive patron, Janet Drucker, took lunch beforehand so that we could spend the entire lunch hour just working and working and working, Godfrey explains. "Those scenes to me, those were what we had put in the work and the work that I wanted to punctuate and to show, not just for me. I wanted people to see what Paul was doing in those scenes as well." Xander scowls at Sarah in the cantina. Rex puffs out his casket, and Roman glares. Kate holds the baby. Some folks choose from an array of scenes throughout the time, but Sarah's portrayer admits she's a big addict of keeping my role as short as possible. "I just feel like people's attention spans are short. And so if you can find your performance in a short, terse quantum of scenes, also that's the stylish way to go about it." Fellow designee Tamara Braun, Ava, participated in many ideas of Godfrey's work that she loved when going through her own scenes to submit, and there was some stuff that I wanted in there. But it was making my role really long. I was like, no, I would rather it be shorter. But there were one or two scenes that I wish I would have kept in there, but we're where we are. In the square, Sarah crosses her arms as she scowls at Gwen. In the background, Xander approaches holding a confection box. Where is an Emmy nomination with an inconceivable group of Days of Our Lives actors. And it didn't go unnoticed that Emily O'Brien was also nominated for her work as Gwen, Sarah's biggest rival for Xander's affections and someone who has, at times, made her life miserable. "I can't indeed tell you how agitated I was," Godfrey happily participated. "That was the stylish part for me. I am such a huge addict of Emily's as an actor and as a mortal person. And to also have this fun connection where our characters play love interest to the same person and our stories have lapped in time. And Tamara, not that we in the same order, but the group that we nominated with on Days is just similar, a great group of people. I adore all of them. I love Wally, Kurth, Justin. I love Eric, Martzolf, Brady. I love Tamara. Whatever happens at the awards, the Days of Our Lives actress is formerly further than happy. Getting nominated was just kind of like, oh, this is delightful. I forget how delightful this can be." And whether or not she wins, Godfrey just says, "I've formerly done it. I am formerly at where I want to be."